Really good to be here. Hello, everybody. My first time in Bulgaria and Sofia. So proud to be here. Such amazing, beautiful country. ETHSofia, thank you for having us. I wanted to make a little bit introduction about myself. So excited to be sharing the stage today here in Sofia with such amazing friend and brand, and who here doesn't like football? Paris Saint-Germain, everybody knows about it, right? So I think you're gonna have some very fun conversation about the industry, what you can do. I wanna just briefly introduce myself. My name is Patrix. I think the moderator introduced me a little bit. My background is a little bit different, but similar to sports. I was an Olympic athlete, gymnast, always close to the finance world, to economics, studying very good universities about finance. 2016, after the Olympic Games in Rio de Janeiro, I met blockchain and crypto. I literally fell in love about it. And it was the first time that I could use my network and my savings from professional sport to something different, right? To help partners and investors. So I became an investor, investing over 250 protocols in the industry as an angel investor and as a VC founder. And it was the end of 2020, I found Matchain. Matchain is a layer 2 EVM chain. We are amassing close to 20 million users already in the past year on our test net. We launched our main net 3 weeks ago. We're about to go live on DApp Radar next week, and then the whole world will be able to see our numbers on mainnet, on the unique active number of wallets. And I think you guys are gonna have some really good surprise. And yes, our focus is decentralized identity, data ownership, data sovereignty, and AI. So I was listening to the previous panel, very passionate about marketing. I heard really good feedback. Everybody's very excited about blockchain, AI intersection, and the layer 2 space. So happy that I think we got a good niche. We are AI chain, when blockchain being a layer 2 on AVM. So that's pretty much it. Now with Paris Saint-Germain.
Very cool. Pleasure to be here. I've actually been in Bulgaria probably 20 times. I used to live here when I was younger, so this is a little bit like coming home. So when I was young, I lived in Sunny Beach. This is back in the 90s when Sunny Beach was growing up. And so this really feels like home, so this is an honor to be back. Pär Helgosson, I work with PSG as head of Web3 and Metaverse. That means everything tokenization on chain, games on chain, tokenized in-game assets, things like that. And people always wonder, why am I here? And PSG as a club, as a football club, is a football club, of course. We have men, we have women, we have esports teams, we have handball, we have judo. We have over 200 million fans in our social channels. With our players and with our other partners and sponsors, we have roughly 500 million. So everybody in this ecosystem talk about putting the next billion on chain. We have roughly half of that in reach. And what people might not know about PSG is 92%, a little bit more, of our fan base is actually outside of France. Which means that we need to engage our fan base that is unique in many ways. 65% of our fan base is 35 years and younger, and that is a unique demographic. So our fan base has already arrived. And so my role as head of Web3 is to find ways, partners, products, services, experiences that we can engage them with better. And this is a perfect intersection, really, to kick this off, because another way to think about data and decentralized ID is about you, everyone in here. What do you do offline? What do you do online? And what do you do on chain? One way to kind of understand that better is to implement and engage DID solutions so as to tokenize engagements offline, online, and on-chain. And so this is a little bit the reason why I'm here, and really looking forward to this. But tell me more. So from a perspective of a brand and a football club with hundreds of millions of fans outside of France, and of course inside France, what pops up in your mind working in the industry?
Just hearing you out right now, I think it's the panel that are talking about our company, me being a blockchain, you being a global brand. The title of the panel fits perfectly because he was just mentioning about almost 200 million global users, and if you combine the fan user base of every single player, they can get almost a half bill or more, you never know. I'm Brazilian Portuguese, by the way, so PSG had like Neymar, other players for a long time, and then like by the time I was living in Brazil or in the US, I was already a massive PSG fan. I was not even missing a single game, so I can assure on the other side that what you're saying is completely true and real. And when you talk about how to bring in new users and the importance of blockchain for those big brands and users, I think it's a no-brainer, right? Because right now, you just see the likes that users or fans have about your big brand. You cannot really interact to them. You cannot really give back to them. And football, sports in general, I believe is pretty much similar to communities in crypto or religion. We are always passionate about it. We give our life to it and maybe go through generations, right? So how you give back to this? Imagine, for example, Ethereum, Vitalik recognize someone that has a .ETH wallet, and this person is recognized by Vitalik, and Vitalik invite for dinner. This person will be so happy, right? Especially if he's a Ethereum Maxi or whatever. It's the same thing that happened with the big brands. If the big brand can know you better, can understand what you need, what you like, and give back to them, I think this is life-changing, right? Life-changing for adoption, for loyalty, for many things. And blockchain is the perfect intersection with this, blockchain and AI, in my opinion. So I think you have a lot of synergies here, my friend. And this is a way that like blockchain can cut all those middlemen when big brands, not just as a PSG, but all the ones, LVMH, big brands across the world, they have a way to not just be in the hands of other big oligarch data companies, but they have a way to have a straight channel, no middleman, to the users, to the fans. And I think this is very, very important for us to really onboard new users. Because I love that you guys are here, and I really love to be here, and I keep going to many other conferences to try to teach and explain about Matchain. But if you're here already, you love Web3. You're at least curious a little bit about it, right? We need people from outside. We need to bring people that don't even know that ETHSofia exists, right? So I see Web3 in general as like a big shopping mall. You need to bring people to the mall. Come, visit. I have so many stores over here, and those stores or food court or whatever will fit your purpose, even if you are, based on the previous panel that I was watching as well, just a degen or a DeFi that you like, or a farmer, or a staker, you're gonna have your store inside this mall that fits you. Or no, you just want to interact, you just want a basic stuff. So I believe you need to create the funnels to reach the masses with the simplicity as possible, and those people will be converted little by little into what they really like. If it's very complex, or if it's just engage with the favorite brand. Blockchain behind it shouldn't care for the user which blockchain. They really just looking for the best experiences. And in my perspective, based on what I heard from you, I think you're looking ways for the club to provide best experiences for your audience. Is that right?
That is right. We are on a innovation journey. PSG as a club innovate on the pitch and off the pitch. One of the things that we're looking for is to better understand the fan base. And that means understand you, the person. And you use the metaphor of a shopping mall. One of the challenges I think all clubs and all brands have today is they have siloed data sets about things that you do, but it's very hard to connect them. So the behavior of our fan base and you is something that we need to understand better. And for this, we need to capture and be allowed to take part and share of your data simply. And this is a way for us to serve you better, to wow you better, to provide better experience for you, better products and services for you. And I think this is a challenge today. It's a massive challenge. And this is one of the roads that we're on to figure out and actually do with our fan base. So I think a lot of brands, and I think all of you, when you look in your email box, and I always use this metaphor, I now have 147,277 unopened emails. And so imagine then the ability to instead see and drop and engage with me and see what I actually open in my email box, what I engage with, and with whom I engage with across offline, online, and on-chain. This is the data we need to better serve you simply as a fan and as a customer. I make the difference of you have CRM systems today, customer relationship system that captures your transactions. But we don't really have a fan or behavioral system yet in order to capture and understand you, to serve you before, during it, or in between, or after you engage one of our stores around the world, or you come and see one of our games, or you visit one of our sponsors and partners like Nike or Jordan, or fly with some of our sponsors, for instance. So this is some of the things that we're looking for. But in order to do that, we need to find you, we need to see you, and we need to serve you, engage with you better, simply. Now, I'm curious, when companies talk to you, and clubs, I guess, maybe even, how do they express the challenges of what they want moving forward?
Yeah, again, 100% vouch and support what you just mentioned. When we got approached by big brands, we've been, and exactly on the point that you just mentioned as well on that category too, they want to understand, because whatever is your niche, even if it's fashion, for example, let's not just talk about sports and talk about big brands, your fashion client or most loyal customer eats as well. This customer likes to travel. This customer does other things besides of fashion, and that fashion brand is part of a group, right? They have a lifestyle brand. They have like a drinking, like a Moet Hennessy, something like that. So if you can understand better, you can approach and improve their lives with things that they really want. But the key word over here is like the legitimacy, right? How legit the data is. Because data, no matter how much you run from it, is the second most important asset that you have in the world. The first one is time. Time cannot be quantified, right? But data is very important. That's why we have the top 5 companies on the S&P all about data. Google, Alphabet just created different excuses, YouTube, Maps, just to understand our behaviors. And they sell our data and they charge us subscriptions. They steal from us twice, not just once. So the key word over here is, on blockchain, is transfer of power, give you ownership back to your life. So that's our main goal, and that's what we want to provide to the companies. For example, on the decentralized identity part, we're not just an infrastructure layer on Matchain. We have one product that is called the Match ID, which would actually fit perfectly to your kind of brand. Match ID is a profiling, Web 2, 2.5 product-ish, not just Web 3, where you can simply bind all your Web 2 logins, Gmail, Twitter, TikTok account, whatever it is, and all your wallets, not just Matchain wallet. You can bind Solana wallet, Near wallet, Ethereum wallet, you can bind everything. AI tool will start to cross and read your behavior on and off chain. What you're doing on those dApps, and it start to give you a commercial score. What is your commercial value? What is your data value as a gamer? You don't know. Only Alphabet knows. And when Activision want to know this, they have to request to Alphabet. They pay billions to them, right? So imagine a layer, which is a neutral layer, where you store privately every single one on your wallet with your keys, your data. You see in the dashboard and say, the more things I do, the more I interact with my football club, more points I have it, right? They can easily find me. It's a one-on-one, peer-to-peer almost, or to see relationship. And this is the difference, right? So literally taking the control out of the big corporations or even governments, whatever it is, bring it back to the people. And I truly believe that this has to be done in a smoothly and softly way. We cannot like go to the streets and say this is a revolution of identity. We're just gonna lose our time, money, and your wife or spouse. So you need to go little by little. So on our Match ID profiling tool, we don't scan your iris, we don't check your palm. Every single application, even if it's a social application, it's a DeFi application, they request your verifications in different ways. They request one, maybe your Twitter verification, maybe PSG someday would ask about your telephone number or your email to be in touch with you, but then you have your DeFi application that requests your biometric or facial recognition. The other application is a ticketing company that you attend ETHSofia in person. So our AI tool will cross behavior and make you unique, little by little, based on what your habits, based on your experience. So this is a way that you can onboard more people, little by little, and create a user base. And that's the way that we already amassed 20 million users. And we are literally focused on more brands like that, or global brands, to bring more people to this shopping mall and let them get comfortable to the space and see where they fit the better.
This is interesting. For us, as a club and as a lifestyle brand, to uniquely understand you across these different channels and marketplaces and what I call engagement spaces is going to be key for everyone moving forward. And I think on the other side, it's going to be key for us as individuals and you to be seen as a whole, be seen as you. And today, it's really difficult to do that. We don't want to be a statistic. We don't want to be a number in a like, right? We don't want to just be a registration. You want to be you, and you want to be served and engaged and wowed in a beautiful and fun and engaging way that fits you, right? And I think this is the journey that we're embarking on.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And it's I can't understand, I can't address enough how important it is moving forward that is based on they actually do it with you, the fan and the customer. Because with hundreds of millions of fans, we have more fans I think in social channels in Brazil than we actually have in France, which is interesting. With great powers comes great responsibilities.
Yes.
So I think moving forward, one simply has to do it with your fan base, with your customer base.
Amazing.
And as you do that, you give them a lot of love.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of brands, and this goes for everyone that has a business, up until now, many actually do it on the back of their fan and customer base. They didn't do it for and with and in the service of. And I think this could be the start of where it's actually a way to kind of flip the narrative of loyalty, where loyalty is where the club and the brand actually is loyal to you.
Yeah, that's what you heard about the previous panel now. They was just talking about they believe the loyalty programs points will go to blockchain.
Yeah.
That's what you're looking for.
Right, and in order for me to be loyal to you, the fan, I simply need also to know you better and have more understanding and data about you so I can serve you better. And I think this should be
all about serving,
the ultimate
right?
goal, yeah.
I think we have great synergies here, my friend. Amazing. Guys, if you have any questions, I think we would be open for a Q&A if you have any question to us. Or maybe you can meet outside, have a coffee or discuss. I think we have a question over there in the back. That'll be amazing to hear. I think right there, sir. Right behind you. I don't speak.
Hey, good afternoon, guys.
Nice to meet you.
Can I ask a quick question? And I don't know how much you can tell us, but in regards to Matchain and PSG, can you give us a sneak peek into one exciting thing that's coming as a collaboration between the both of you?
I heard very well. Well, I think there's, based on what you just mentioned, there's a lot of synergies between our company. And we've been studying ways to collaborate and to make this into reality. So based to respond the question for the fellow in the back, I think we're going to have some great things to come very soon. And right now, that's the best that you can talk about it. That's about you now, Pär.
I think that was a great way to express it. And to be frank, I think every club and every brand moving forward need to figure out their journey on how to do the things that we simply spoke about. And people ask me why I'm at these events. And I'm looking for partners that are innovative, that can work with the club as innovation partners, that have products and services and can give us experience we can engage our fan base with. From a Web 2, 2.5-ish also perspective. Everybody knows that there is a Web 3 community out there, but we also have a couple 100 million that just want a great product and service experience, and whatever that is. And so this is why I'm here, besides liking Sofia and Bulgaria. And so, and this is simply my role to navigate and understand who's next, what's next, simply.
Amazing. I think that's a wrap, guys. If you have any other questions, we can have a coffee outside. Thank you so much, everyone.